What is going on, everybody? My name is Shivraj, aka Switchy, and we'll be playing Daily Loop Escape July 2nd, 2026. Before we get started, if you're a person who's living in some countries of Europe, Egypt, Algeria, Morocco, Cape Verde, Ghana, Australia, Canada, three biggest countries of North America, Colombia, Brazil, Paraguay, and Argentina, this is the art of the steepover for World Cup 2026. Here's what it looks like. And yeah, pretty cool. Anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and start today's escape room for now. Alright, first we're going to open this server. See those Morse code table or not? 3, 2, 1. There's a Morse code table, so it's taken out of the backpack. Alright, you see a 3-digit code. Okay. Okay, this is a math problem, obviously. So let's come back to this cabinet later. You see another 3-digit code, so this is a non-math problem clue. Nothing in the picture frames. There's something in the boxes. If you don't know this, you can use the Morse code table. We got 872, so 872. It also shows the same room, so it could be correct. I'm going to set the numbers 8, 7, and 2. Alright, you get a second, or not second, third Ouija point clue. I'm going to save for later. I need to get the first one and I can get the third one. As you all know, or not know, I'm getting clues in numerical order, so yeah. Alright, let's see, there's a blue tune inside this cabinet. 3, 2, 1. There's the 323 equals what? So that means we're not going to open this safe. Okay. You see code black. What's our black clock in the first room? The time is 11:22:28. So set the numbers 11, and then double that. It's 22 plus 6, 28. They're gonna flash our body. Alright. You see code light blue. What's our digital clock in the first room? The time is 12:34:32. So set the numbers 12. 34 minus 2 is 32. Or add a negative 2. Or plus negative 2, yeah. You get a 9. Then you just get the sauces and 3 plus 4 last room. So I'm going to do that, and the only we're cutting is, well, not the chairs, but it's going to be the third right pillar and the fourth last room. You get a second regional point clue. Still going to have to say that for later. Okay. You see a 4-digit code. Alright, no shoelaces. That means it's a 4-digit in the second room. If you know what that is, you can use a Morse code table. We got 4609, so 4,609. So, set the numbers 4, 6, 0 like that, and 9. We get a hammer that's used to break the lamps and vases. I found 2 clues, I need 2 more. There are 2 secured spots. Okay, there it is. Let's hit the lamps, or let's the vases, no, never. Okay. We're not gonna hit all lamps. The orange we're hitting for now is the lamp in the first room, and the first lamp in the second room. So orange we're hitting for now. Okay, now you got our 3 numbers to lock this category out of all those numbers to see what the answer to the math problem is. That shares the same as that number. Anyways, first number is 168. The second number is 304. And the third last number is 323. Alright, so 168 plus 304 plus 323. So you can calculate those terms and swing sauce with what the answer is. You can put in this category, which inside should be the first or fourth last feature point clue. So you can use an answer to swing saw this. According to Google, the next math problem is going to be 795. So 168 plus 304 plus 323 is 795. It's the answer math problem. So we're going to put the numbers 795. You get a first feature point clue. Nice. So now I can get in order. Alright. The second one and the third one. There we go. Alright. You see 6 reds or light reds. That's the rainbow in the top of the fourth last room, which shares the same room. We got orange, red, green, purple, blue, yellow. So set the colors orange, red like that, green, purple, blue, yellow. You get a battery. So we can combine those 2 items with the flashlight, click on a fire pit in the third room. Then we get the fourth last point clue. There we go. Now you got 4 clues. Let's read and find the answer to riddle. So the first one says, I know a word. Okay, so I'm going to look for that one. I'm going to look for a 3-letter word of this one. And if you want to skip for me looking at this, you can feel free to do that. So feel free to rewind if you want me to skip this point of me looking for the word. Okay, so far everything is good. Okay. Nope. Alright. Uh, what does it say? I know. Okay, I don't think. Let me look again. It says I know a word. Let me look again. Okay. Uh, I know a word. I know a word. Okay. I can't use command if it doesn't. Well, I can use command if it doesn't work that much. So yeah. Alright. It's new for this one. Alright, here we go. So it says I know a word for the first one. Second one says of letters 3. Okay, it is new. Makes sense. Alright, third one says add 2. Oh, I know this one. And there will be. Okay. I know what it is, but I'm gonna have to let ChatGPT explain. I know what's there. Okay. Alright, so I know a word of letters 3, add 2, and feel there will be. So, I'll let you guys get this video on your own. I do know the answer, I just don't know how to explain it. But, if you still don't know what the answer is, you can use the AI tools to keep on watching. Alright, so, according to ChatGPT, the answer is few, right? Is it few? Yup, it is. Alright, so, I'm going to explain out. So, I know a word of letters 3. The word few has 3 letters. Add 2 and fewer there will be. If you add the letters E and R to few, you get fewer. If you look at the bottom, fewer is a small number. Fewer is an even smaller number. So yeah, it's not what it looks like. Sometimes it happens like that. But yeah, that's why the answer is few. So we're going to set the letters. I forgot to pause this. F and then the E word, which is E and W. You get the letter T. Alright, we can now go ahead and solve this picture puzzle. This is 9-degree clockwise. That's the mode. Alright, what's like its letter N? Alright, you guys see the picture if you're slow, so I'll help you future days. Three choices, so you get the letters T and N. So these last 2 letters are finally came later, which means that the 4th letter is N and the 5th last letter is T. So now we go for 3 letters in all 4 rooms. Okay. By the way, use the hatchet devices. Always behind the lamp in the first room and the first lamp in the second room. That's it. Okay, moving on to the letters. So first is O, hidden grass. Second is U, hidden picture frame. Those 2 letters are in the third room and they're vowels. For some reason. Okay. And then the third letter is C, on the square picture frame in the 4th last room. Alright, so we got off our letters. The letters are O, U, which I think is a digraph. I'm not sure. C. CTN. So you look up OUCTN. Scramble to find out what the word is. Basically, it is associated with numbers. I think you might learn this in kindergarten. I'm not sure. It's also associated with addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Anything associated with numbers is associated to that. If that's helping you look up, remember, T and H mean last letters. Make sure you pay attention to that. According to calculation, was count. So it goes on letter C, O, U, N, and T. So that's why the answer was count. I'm not sure if it's associated with Dracula, but I could be wrong. I'm going to set the letters C, O, U, N, and T. You get the key. When we get the key, bam. We finally escaped the room right away. 8 minutes and 8 seconds. That's crazy. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys make sure to subscribe, comment down below. Again, if you're a person who's living in some countries of Europe, Algeria, Morocco, Egypt, Cape Verde, Ghana, Australia, 3 biggest countries of North America, Colombia, Brazil, Paraguay, and Argentina. This is the order of the steam over for the World Cup 2026. And yeah, that's all for today. So I'll see you guys in the video next time today for Kitchen Escape. Peace out.